Greetings, Earth enthusiasts. If you ever wondered about the incredible perspectives our planet has to offer from high above, you're in the right place. I am Dr. Clive Coetzee, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this captivating journey into the world of remote sensing. Welcome. And please remember to like, subscribe to, and share this video. Thank you.
In the previous video tutorial 72, we looked at developing a normalized difference snow index, either using the snow index, normalized difference snow index product that's already developed within the Earth engine, or we generated our own index using our Landsat 2 images. And then basically just use the formula which combines two different bands, and you normalize those bands, either meaning you minus them on the numerator and you plus them by the denominator, and you get the index. And we actually then overlaid it and said, okay, it looks, it matches the daytime imagery almost perfect. So that's a nice way of identifying locations where there is snow cover. But what I want to do is to actually generate some time series stuff. We played around with images now, various images and indexes and visualizations and so forth and so forth, and various climatic characteristics and terrain characteristics. But what I want to do is play around a little bit with in time series format. And so I want to generate periods, or identify periods where there's snow cover, and see where there's a cyclical pattern, what the cyclical pattern is, when does the snow occur, which months are more likely, etc., etc. So a little bit of time series work. Now, what I'm going to do in this particular video tutorial is work in the time series format for my region of interest as a whole, meaning for my region of interest as a whole. Now, I know that there's certain areas, obviously, in my region of interest that don't have snow. Okay, so that's understandable. If none of my region of locations within my region had snow, obviously it will be a 0, 0, 0, 0 for the whole period. But it's going to, at some point, give some indication of snow, and I'm going to specifically look at the sum reducer. That sort of magnifies the extent of snow cover. So I'm going to look at a sum reducer, amongst others, and I'm going to specifically look for days or months, years where there was snow cover. Now, as I said, it's for the region of interest as a whole, so it may not be the best indication. Nonetheless, it's going to give us clues. And in the following video tutorial, I'm going to generate points, and I'm going to generate specific points where there's snow cover. And then let's create those multiple points. I'm not going to create random points because I'm not sure whether the random points will be sufficient. So in this case, I'm not interested in a randomized random points, meaning complete random sampling. I'm not interested in that. I'm going to focus on specific points, and then generate time series for that points, and that hopefully, or that snow locations, and that will hopefully give us another clue. Anyway, so let's quickly start with our video tutorial with our time series. Now, as I said, it is the MODIS 061 MOD data product, which is this one here, which is Terra Snow, and the important part is it's daily. Okay, sorry, daily. Can't spell daily. Okay, so we know there's 365 images per year, and our time frame is 2000 to 2024. So that's 24 periods, 24 years times 365 images per year. Now you can do the calculation. You'll see there's a lot of images within this. So potentially a huge amount of data observations, time series. Okay. So that we know. We also are familiar with the date, because remember it's important, etc. Okay, so that's what we're going to work. Our band is the snow cover band, and I said for clarity and to highlight it, to magnify the impact, I'm using the sum reducer, and I'm using it purely because of I want to identify periods of snow. If I use the mean or the median, I might dilute it, and therefore I might miss it. So just remember that I'm using the sum. So yeah, that's important to remember. And I'm using my standard script to generate time series data. Remember, this is for my region of interest as a whole. This is for this whole area. Okay, for this whole area and stuff. Okay, so now there's a couple of things we can display the data in daily format, monthly format, and yearly format. Now we use the same script for all three formats. Okay, doesn't matter which one, you use the same. All you're basically going to do is the reference in these areas here where it says day. We're going to, in this case, model it on a daily basis or generate daily time series. If we want to do monthly, we'll do that now. Okay, now just please, one thing remember, if I'm going to try to generate for my whole period on a daily basis, remember it's 2002, my concern, 2000, oops, it's 2000, not 2002, 2000 to 2024, so it's 24 years. If I'm going to try to generate a time series for on a daily basis for this entire image collection, let's see if I run it, it's going to throw us out. It's going to say, sorry, just too many data points, too many observations. You'll see now. It's going to get red, and this will just say blue in normal black color. Sorry, can't do it. It's just too much. Just give it a couple of seconds. It will throw us now and say, see, there you go. It's just too much. Over 5,000 elements. So the maximum that it can do is 5,000 elements on a particular time series. You'll see that there's no point even trying these because they're going to also fail. So if you want to do it on a daily basis, okay, you most probably will take this and do it in chunks. Okay, do it in bits. As I say, how do you eat an elephant? It's just a matter of saying, how do you eat an elephant? You do it bit by bit by bit by bit. Same you'll have to do here is to do this particular time series. If you want to do it in daily, you're going to see, there we go. It's aborting, it's aborting, it's aborting. Okay, so we'll have to do this, let's say 2004. Okay, so that's 4 years. So let's run it and see whether we are in our allocation. Okay, so I'm doing it for that 4 years on a daily basis, etc. I'm going to go through the script now, just to show you that, okay, so it's 1,431 elements, so most probably we can expand this, but let's quickly see what the charts look. There we go. There's the charts coming out. So let's quickly see this. If we make this 2010, let's see whether we are in our allocation of 5,000 images. Let's see quickly, because that's neat. Then we can do it in 3 batches. 2000 to 2010, 2011 till 2020, and then from 2020 till 2024. So then you can do 3 batches. Okay, you'll see there's 3,623 elements. Most probably we can again stretch it a bit, but let's not push our luck. Okay, so let's quickly wait for our chart. Obviously, the longer this period is, the more observations, the longer it's going to take for our chart. So before we get to our charts, let's quickly run through the script. And we've been through the script. Okay, remember to save. Remember, we've been through the script in one of our previous video tutorials. I can't remember which one. So the script is already there. You guys can go for it. But anyway, you start with your beginning date and your end date, as I said. And there, for this, consult your data product, the details in your data product in that landing page. Consult that. Then obviously I've left it in months, but obviously I'm now doing it daily, so it must be in days, but that's just the name of the variable. I'm going to keep on changing it. Although, as I said, this is just the name, but this is the important. So you have the start date, and then you just, what you're doing is here is you are just adding another date. Okay, and we round that. There's our image collection that we work from. I've called it CS. And then here we generate our years, or in this case, our dates. Okay, so this is the time component of the spreadsheet. You know, if you were to work in Excel, the first column, which is your dates. Okay, so this is what we're starting here. So you're starting from the beginning, the first date, and then you advance. Remember, that's that advance by 1 day. And you then sum the observations. So in this case, the reducer would not work because we do it on a daily basis, so there's no need to reduce. Okay, so there won't be any reducing of it. So this is actually irrelevant, but we keep it in. For if we had months or something to that effect, and there's multiple images in a particular time slot, and then we'll do a reducer to generate a single value. But here, basically, we're starting from 0 months, and we are advancing 1 day at a time. Okay, and this is where we create our time, our column. And then basically, this is just adding a image, which is not, that's no point there. I just normally include it just to make sure that my stuff is correct. And then there's a plot. I'm going to plot an image chart, a time series chart by month. What is my image collection by month? Let's have a look. By month is this one here, where we say this is our time. Remember, then I'm adding my data. What is SC? SC is my image collection, my images, and specifically this band. The values are in my image collection for this band, and I'm adding that. I'm adding that within the beginning of my time series and the end of my time series. And if I have multiple values within my date, I use my reducer, and I'm setting my time to be from the beginning. Remember, ini is from the beginning, and that's basically what I'm doing here. As I'm setting my dates, meaning column A, and then here I'm setting my dates, and here I'm adding my data to those dates, and I'm setting my time series from the beginning. That's basically the script. And here I'm basically just plotting the script by month. This is what I'm plotting, is my time series with the data, which is reduced by sum if I have multiple. In this case, it's daily, so the sum won't be relevant. I'm reducing it for my region of interest. There's my sum reducer again. My scale, I've made the scale quite big because that's a lot of data. If you had a small scale here, 30 or 40 or 50, it must probably also give you an error. So if you receive an error here, it's either there's too many images or elements to display, or your scale is wrong. The scale is too small. Okay, description. And then I've got a second plot here. And this is by month, band name, etc. So all standard familiar. I don't think there's any surprises there. We've done this script a couple of times. Okay, so we run it, as I said, we've run it, and we've get 2 images. Remember, we're going to have a chart, this one here, and we're going to have this particular chart. This is series by year, and this is just series. So this is a single series, have a beginning and an end, and here we have the series, this top one, and we're doing it by year. Okay, so let's have a look and see. This is the first image, this one here. You can see it's time series, normal time series, as you and I would know it. Beginning date, end date, observations throughout, and this is monthly. This is my second series. You'll see it's per year. There's the years, and this is a year. So that's from day 0 to day 365, and that's the years, which is quite neat. Okay, so let's expand it quickly. Remember, this is only for this period. Now, fortunately, is it we can download this. Then you can run your next period, and you can download this, and then in Excel you just add these two together and you'll get the end result. Okay, so let's open this up, and you'll see there is our image of our time series. You'll see it starts from April, and this is June. So it basically gives you each June. If you press on it, it will give you, you see there's July the 15th. 2000, there was a bit of snow, rest is less, but you can see here in 2005, August, there was quite a bit of snow. 2005, there's quite a bit of snow. This one is 2000. So you'll see June of July. Have a look at this one. July, August, July, and August. So that seems to be the month that is prone to snow. And you'll see it's the 15th of August, 3 of July, 30 of August, 19th of August, 19th July, 8th of August. So it's basically over a 2-month period, starting from July, ending of August. That seems to be the snow months. And there's 2 years in particular where there was quite a bit of snow, and that was in 2005. There was quite a bit of snow, and in 2002. Then these are months. You can see that 2006, 2005, 2004, where there was virtually no snow. So in this particular period, there was two years where there was a particular high snow. The rest of it was so. You'll also see that there seems to be a couple of days of snow. So not just one particular day. So it's not snow gone next day. It seems to be a couple of days lasting, leading up, you'll see, and then continues. Okay, so that seems to be quite neat. And obviously, remember, we can download this. Okay, so let's quickly look at the second graph. Remember, this is only for this period, né? Okay, so look at the second graph. You can see there's day 0. And there's day 365. It clearly shows you that the summer period, and this is sort of in the winter, towards the end of winter. So again, July, you can see there, July 2008, day 191. Now, day 191, January, February, March, April, May. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. January, February, March, April, May. June is 180, and then July is from 190 then onwards. So yeah, so this is July, and this is August. I would assume it's August, yeah. And you can see the dates, and again, you can download it in CSV format. Remember, this is so these dates. You can see there's a purple one. So again, that's your 2005. Let's quickly go into this one. Again, and open this one. You'll see that is 2005 August. So that must be the 2005 August, day 220. Most probably day 220 is 5 August. You guys can do the calculation. And you can see there periods where there's very little snow, etc. So that is now the time series for my region of interest. Remember, for this whole area for this particular period. Okay, now I have to do it 3 times. Now, okay, we can do that. You can do that. No problem. Don't want to be lazy. Do it. Okay, but let's shortcut. I'm going to do it for my total period. Then I'm going to do this on a monthly basis. Month. Okay, so I'm changing it from daily basis. Now, daily basis is fine. Nothing against it. But for this case, I want to look at month. Now, daily basis is good because it's much more accurate. It gives you that day. Okay, but we've already said that it covers June and July and August. So whether it is the 5th of August or the 30th of July, is that really important to know, or is it important to know June, July and August? Because it could be any day in June or July and August. So let's assume I don't want to go for the daily stuff. I'm just interested in month. So I'm changing my daily parameters to monthly parameters. And there's the 3 of them. The rest stays exactly the same. I'm not going to run that. Let's unselect that specific plot. There's nothing to change here, nothing to change there. So I'm just changing it month. So it's not going to advance. The time series will not be in daily. It will be in month. But that's up to you. My suggestion, as always, do it in daily and then in Excel convert it into months. But anyway, I'm lazy now. So let's quickly run it now. And let's see. Hopefully, oh, look at there. I made a mistake there. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let's run it again. Oops, my mistake there. Hopefully, I'll be within my 5,000 images constraint. It looks okay. So far, there's 288 images. So I'm fine when it comes to images. Now we're just going to generate our charge. Remember, this will be a month. Now, this is when the reducer comes in. This is when the reducer comes in. Because I'm going to have now 30 or 31 images per month. And so I'm not reducing it by a mean or medium to get a single value. I'm doing a sum. And again, just to magnify the impact of snow. And you can see there is my 2 charge. Okay, let's open it quickly. That's my monthly one. And clearly you can see the 2023. Remember, in our images that we've done, we've seen that 2023 was particular big in snow. Visually, I know that because I stay here. I can see the mountains when I drive from work on my motorcycle. I can see it. So I know there was a lot of snow. And this confirms it. And we've looked at all the climatic conditions. We looked at the terrain conditions. We looked at the daytime imagery. We looked at the indexes, the normalized different snow index. That all indicates 2023 was particularly heavy on snow. You can see there's a little bit, and then obviously in 2014, I think I mentioned that as well in the previous one. There's 2012. This is the drought areas here, the time of the drought when there was very little rain here, etc. So I know this is a particular snow, and you can see it's within the existence of this product. 2023 was the snowiest. The snowiest, is that the correct English? Anyway, it was a period with the most snow. So again, we know it was this is in June. It indicates interestingly in June. So that's a little bit of a difference in the sense that normally it's July and August. Let's have a look at this. It's just, there's August, June, July, June. Okay, so that's August. So now it's August. So it's mostly August, and then obviously here it became a bit earlier in June. So that by itself is quite interesting as well. Okay, so let's quickly look. This is the daily ones. Let's click that. That's the daily ones as well. So this is monthly. So let's quickly go to our second chart, which is on a scale of 0 to 360 and our years. Purple is our 2003. You can see there. And the snow lasted quite a bit, though. It's not a sudden decrease and stuff. It's quite sudden. I mean, it didn't take a long time to build up. It was quite a massive build up. You can see there. It's very steep. You can see some of these others are more gradual in terms of the build up of the snow. This was a very sudden cold front. And then it lasted quite a while. It lasted almost 100 days, the snow. 3 months. June, July, August. Yep, 3 months that it lasted. So this was a particular cold year, particular rainy year, particular snow year. And again, I think the climatic conditions or characteristics would support this. And obviously indicates, again, the summers, autumn and spring, summer area time, we're not seeing much of snow. And again, you can download it. Now, what I've done is, I'm not going to do this one. I've downloaded this one. Okay, so remember, you just basically click on download CSV, and it's going to download it into a CSV file. You must basically just press save, and there you go. Now, I've done this, and I've opened it, and I've converted it into an Excel. So this, you'll see there is my time series in Excel. It's exactly the same as this one. If I make this smaller, let's make it smaller. Let's make this standalone next to one another. You can see there 4,000, 4,000. You can see there December. It's 391. Let's make it 391. So basically, I have duplicated what we've done in Earth Engine, this particular time series, this particular chart that we've generated from our script, and I've generated the same one in Excel. And what I've done is I've added the date in Excel, a month, a season, a year, and then obviously the value. Remember, this is this one. Starting from February, I've done it now from February 2002. Remember, I had it originally 2000. It should be from 2000. Till December 2023. Okay, meaning beginning in 2024. So there's my time series. Now, why did I do it in this particular format? Because I want to create a pivot, and I want to play around with the pivot. Okay, so let's quickly do one example. I'm not going to start the purpose of it, but let's quickly, just to show you, inside of my table, Then I'm going to insert, and I'm going to pivot chart and pivot table. My data is selected, you can see there, and I press new worksheet, and I press OK. And there's my pivot. So what I want to do is obviously looking at seasons. So I'm just going to look at the season. There's my season 1. And then I'm just going to look at the value. And I'm not going to do the sum. I'm going to look at changing this into average. Okay, so let's quickly just change the format of the cells to something a little bit better. And so but basically it tells you that in summer is 1. Okay, so remember summer, February, January, December, January, February. So 1 is summer, 2 is autumn, 3 is winter, and 4 is spring. And no doubt about it, you can see this, the winter, that 3 months is 99% of snow cover falls within that 3 months, even if it's almost 100%, you can see there. Majorly. Okay, we can also look at month. If I take the season out and I add month, you can see there's the month. So you can see June, July, and August. Now this is per month for the whole period. Okay, so you can see June, July, and August. June, July almost similar, August a little bit less, but you can see there per month. And we can do it yearly. Oops, value sum. Let's take my month away and add year. Oops, year. And you can see which year. You can see 2003. See the significant, this is 2014. So 2014 and 20, but you can see 2019 is double, well, not double, but you can see it's much more than this than any of the previous months. So this by all means is a huge record for this period. And you can see also 2004, you can see that. So how often, let's have a look at this here. Let's take this is the 2000. You can see there's no cyclical pattern. It looks very random. Doesn't look very seasonal, like in every 3rd year, 4th year, or 5th year, or 6th year. There's some pattern, I guess, in terms of increasing and decreasing snow cover, but the length of the cycles, the turning points of the cycles are all different. So this is a purely random time series, but you can see this massive one. Whether this is now because of all these, you see this massive amount of snow follows a couple of months of significantly below average snow. And whether that's now the cause of this, who knows? But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 8 years of below average snow, and then that basically one massive amount of snow. You can see the size of it. Nice stuff to do, play with it. That's the beauty of what we're doing. There's so much we can do, whether it's playing with the images or playing with the underlying data. It just never stops. It just never stops. It just goes on like the Duracell batteries. It just goes on and on and on and on. Okay, but that's not the point. Point is that we have now generated a time series, and in this case monthly. Now we can change, let's say yearly. So we can change, is it yearly or year? Let's try yearly and see what that now does. Yearly. We'll figure out now whether we are right or wrong. That's the beauty of it. Yearly. Let's see now. Save and run. Let's see if it looks like it's yearly is the right thing. So yearly bad unit year. So shall we say year and year and year. Let's run it now and see. So obviously yearly is no good. Months. Let's have a see if yearly. Yep, year is fine. So it likes it here. So daily, month, and year. Okay, so it should generate a time series on sum that looks almost similar to this. Let's have a look and see if that is what happens. This is now in a line chart. So let's quickly go to our graph and we say change the star chart. Hey man, change the chart, not move, change this chart type to line. There it is. Let's have a look. It looks almost, yeah, identical. Let's have a look. If I expand this, have a look. Let's quickly see if I can make this something there. Nope, it looks a little bit different. So, okay, but remember, I don't have 2000, so we must actually just look at it from there. There's 2002, there's 2002. See, there's 2002. Yep. So it's that point there. Then it's got this. Come on. And then at the end, it does exactly the same. And again, confirming what I always say, I like doing this in Excel as well because then I can see what I'm doing. I like because I know what's going on in Excel. So that's quite neat. So that's using on a daily. So we can either do daily or we can do month or we can do year. Okay, so remember it's daily, month, and year. Is it month? It's all monthly. I can't remember now for the life of me. I think it's month. Okay, so daily, month, and yearly. Remember that three, okay? So let's quickly make it just a note here for ourselves. It is daily, okay, or month, or year. Okay, so either one of those three we can do. Okay, if it's daily, we're not reducing it. Monthly, year, we're reducing it, and we're reducing it by the sum. Now we can play around with that as well. And that gives our data. Important, remember this data is for our region of interest as a whole. So what we want to do now is actually look at locations where they actually did snow to see whether that corresponds or correlates to what we've done for our region of interest. Anyway, that's on our next video tutorial. Okay, great stuff. It's fascinating stuff. It's getting better and better and better and better. And I said, it's just every turn you turn, there's something that we can add and something we can do. And that's the beauty of this whole thing, is we working in 3D basically, visually and with the data. And there's so much we can do with either and then combining the two. Anyway, thanks for, that was great. Thanks for joining me. Much appreciated. Please, guys, please, remember to like and subscribe. Share the video. Give me a comment. Give me a like. Please. Sharing is caring. And then I'll see you on the other side.